Ah, that's funny. You guys got jokes. I've been catching a little bit of heat. People are asking me, Rob, why the hell are you using navigation? Why are you using a GPS device? Do you really need navigation to tell you how to get from point A to point B? No, I don't. I use the Waze app, and I use it quite regularly, and I'll tell you why. I'm not going to name any names, Deshaun, but I'll tell you why, man. Listen, it is far from perfect. It's not the perfect app. It does have a lot of flaws in it that I don't like, but it does have a lot of value that I do appreciate. Waze, the Waze app, W-A-Z-E, if you don't know what it is, it's an application for your Android device or your Apple device, and it helps you get around traffic. Now, before I get into it, this is not an endorsement. This is not a commercial. This is not an advertisement. I don't belong, or I'm not endorsed by, or I don't have anything to do with Waze or the people that make Waze, okay? This is just a guy that uses it, and I'm telling you why I use it. That is all. Take it with a grain of salt. It's not a review or any of that stuff, okay? There's just one motorcyclist that uses Waze on a regular basis, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so Waze, what it is, it's an app that helps you get around traffic. Everybody's using it in real time, okay? So it'll give you the fastest route or the shortest route or whatever from point A to point B. You sign up and you're driving along or you're riding along, and you know, if traffic's building up, if there's a traffic jam or a SIG alert or an accident or something like that, all these other people out here using the Waze app, it'll get that information and it'll share it with you, and you're coming up on it, right? Like right now we're coming up on some brake lights. There might be something ahead, there might not be. If there was an accident ahead, the Waze app would tell us, hey, there's an accident ahead. And I think that's huge for a motorcyclist. It tells you, like, you can go on here and you can say, hey, there's an object in the road up ahead, or you could say, there's a car stopped at the shoulder, there's a car stopped on the road, there's a cop up ahead, there's whatever it is. It'll give you an early warning. You can set it in the user preferences or user settings. I think mine's set to a half mile, so it'll tell me a half mile out if there's debris up ahead in the roadway, an aluminum ladder, a couch, a refrigerator, a truck bed liner, whatever it is. It'll say, hey, use caution, or it'll say, you know, it'll say heads up, or I forget what she says, but it says object in road ahead. It says watch out. That's what it says. Watch out. Object in road ahead, right? And you're like, whoa. So it'll snap you out of your daydream, make you perk up, and you start looking. Where's that debris at? Where's that debris? You know those big alligators, those big tire treads, the big chunks of tire that fly off the 18-wheelers? You know, that's debris. You don't want to hit that on your motorcycle. So, you know, you start to look for it. You slow down a little bit. You start getting more hyper aware. You know what I mean? And that's huge, because as a motorcyclist, as a driver in general, one of the keys to defensive driving or defensive riding is getting that big horizon, right? Well, now your horizon has gotten bigger because you have this in real time, this app that's telling you, hey, you don't see it yet, but there's a pothole up here, there's debris up here, there's an accident up here, there's a cop, you know, hiding behind some bushes, you know, wanting to do some speed enforcement. Well, whatever it is, it's giving you a little bit earlier warning than you would have gotten had you not had it. And that's why I use the Waze app. I think it's huge. You can't put a price on that, dude. You got to use that to your advantage as a defensive rider. That early warning, you know, detection. It's great. So try it out if you guys are so inclined, if you haven't already. I think it's great, and I'm sure some of the other navigation applications have something similar, or they're going to in the very near future. But you know, right now I think Waze is the biggest one. So it's cool. Try it out, you know, and you'll see what I'm talking about. That's it. That's why I use it. I don't use it. I know how to get home. I'm going home right now from a movie job, and I know how to get home. But it's telling me, hey, look, Rob, you know, right now it's whatever, 5:17 p.m. and you should be arriving home at 6:02. and you'll be there in about 49 miles or 44 minutes. And it's fairly accurate, you know. It's not perfect, like I said, but it gives you a good ballpark. So, and you can even connect to your Spotify too if you want to. I usually don't do it, and if I do, I keep it kind of low volume. I like to be able to hear the traffic around me for the most part. So, but that's it. That's why I use it. D, now you know. And you should try it if you're not using it. And again, I'm not endorsed by them. This is not a commercial or an advertisement by them. It's just a product that I find a lot of value in, and I think everybody that throws their leg over a motorcycle, everybody that gets behind the wheel of a car should be using it. Now, the bad. Here's the bad. It'll reroute you if it finds a shorter route, or not really a shorter route, but if it finds a faster route, it'll reroute you to a different route. And a lot of times it will send you through residential neighborhoods and stuff. It'll send you off the beaten path. And recently they've caught a lot of heat here in Southern California because people were getting rerouted on routes that took them onto closed roads that were closed for the big wildfires we had. We recently had the largest brush fire, wildfire in California history down here, the Thomas Fire, and people were getting routed onto road closures. So, or the mudslides. We recently had mudslides after the rains, and people were like, you know, traffic was horrible, and Waze was sending them on these routes, you know, and it could be very dangerous. You send somebody into a mudslide, I could see a lot of risk, a lot of liability there for the company. So Waze is talking about working with transportation government agencies and whatnot to get the word out and work together, you know, and collaborate. To get those to get that information out there, because that's valuable. So as it continues to evolve and as it continues to grow, I see it being a very valuable tool that everybody should be using. So anywho, all right, and for those of you that don't know, if you're not from California and you're still watching and you're probably typing away, leaving me nasty messages in the comments, California, it's legal to split traffic. What I'm doing here is 100% legal and allowed. I can split traffic. Yes, I can. I can also ride in the carpool lane by myself on a motorcycle. The HOV lane, high occupancy vehicle lane, I can ride in this lane all by myself as a motorcyclist. I can split the carpool lane, the number one lane, or the number one, number two, whatever it is. I can split in between these cars. Typically, I try to do it under 35 miles an hour. Once the cars around me are going faster than 35, usually I'll stop lane splitting. Okay? Not always. I'm not perfect. Okay? But I try to be careful. So there you have it. Lane splitting and riding in the carpool lane in California is legal. If you don't like it, move to California. If you can't move to California, pound sand. I don't want to hear it, because it's legal what I'm doing right here. This is why I have a motorcycle. Okay? If you don't like it, pound sand. Alright guys, I'm gonna go, man, before I get a bunch of nasty comments, man, in the comment section. Jeez, my troll patrol gonna be working overtime trying to make these people see the light and correct them and shit. Anyway. Oh man, I'm loopy. I'm tired from this movie job. I'm tired. Alright, I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys on the next one. But until then, thank you, sir. Be good humans, watch your six. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later. He could be in the carpool lane too, because it's a hybrid and he's got a sticker and he's by himself. That's gonna blow some of your minds.